Okay, are you on page 77? You can do this for bonus. You don't have to, but you can. And if you have math already, that's fine. I'll give you the full credit. If you have this with the math and then you want to negotiate a bonus, I'll do that too. But some of you already have 100%. If you want to go for more than 100, I'll work with you on that also. Okay? So page 77. Who can see it and wants to read it? This one's larger. Sophia, you want to do it?
Create, don't compete.
Create, don't compete. Now, I only ask you to read it, but you want to say what you think it means? Okay. How many of you are in competitive sports? A couple of you are. A couple of you are, right? Okay, how many are not in, how many are you in, let me see what else I can do with this. Well, let's go the route for sports for a minute. Professional sports, let's take those, right? What's the one word associated with sports? And I'm going for this here. I'm going for competition, right? Sports are competition, right? Does this make sense? You okay with this? Okay, but there have been athletes through the years who have figured out how to be creative. And they get around the whole competition thing. The one I always think of, and I'm older, so I think of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who came up with this basketball shot called the skyhook. Have you heard of this? So his physique, of course, he had these super long arms, but he would take this shot that he would go like this, right? And so, you know, all his competitors are here, right? He'd go like this, and it'd go everybody and go in, right? He changed the whole game. It wasn't competitive for him. He created his way out of the game, and now was super competitive as a result, but it wasn't a competitive strategy. Are you with me? You see the difference between creation and competing? So this is true in business also. Business. Think of what's two manufacturers you can think of who you think are competitors?
Apple and Samsung.
That's a good one. Apple and Samsung, and very relevant. What can you tell me? First of all, which one would you say, and the opinions are going to vary on this, right? Which one would you say is the more creative?
Samsung.
You think Samsung is? Interesting. Who disagrees with her? Who thinks Apple's more creative? Got to be somebody. Okay, so look, we can and the interesting thing about that is, so tell me what about Samsung you feel is more creative?
I feel like because they came up with the folding phone, right? I think it was
Okay.
because I feel like since everyone's always like, oh, Apple's so good, I feel like Samsung has to like come up with like creative things to get people to be like, oh.
Okay, so fascinating. So you're mentioning features of their phones that come across to you as very creative and allows them to now be in a playing field along with Apple. What do you feel about Apple as super creative?
I feel like a lot of like the apps or programs that they have like on their devices are really different.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, fair enough. Okay, but you're getting the point nonetheless, because we can always vary in our opinions, and that's the super awesome thing about business. You know, you always think that one competitor is gonna like just take over the field. Now, business does often come down to, there's a book I read, a marketing book a long time ago, and I forget the author, but I could go back and try to figure it out. He said every race comes down to a 3-horse race, and he's comparing business to a horse race. There's the first, second, and third. So in phones, you mentioned the first two. Who's the third competitor in phones?
Android.
What would it be?
Is it
Microsoft? Do they make a phone?
I'm pretty sure they have a phone.
Lucia. Google. I think that's the third one to me. You mentioned Apple and Samsung. Who's the third competitor? I don't know. Okay, go to soft drinks. Soda, pop, what do we call it? We call it soda, we call it pop, what do we call it? Soda? Okay. Soda. Who's the number one company for soda?
Coca-Cola. I don't know.
Coke. What's the second?
Pepsi.
Pepsi. What's the third?
Dr. Pepper. I don't know.
I think Sprite's one of the brands of Coke or Pepsi. And I think Dr. Pepper is too.
Oh, really? I don't know. I thought they were like, I don't know.
So this marketing guy, and this is where the theory comes from. Now, a lot of people have said this marketing. You're either number one or number two in your market, or you don't matter. You disappear from people's understanding. right? And I guess if I was better prepared, I could go through a lot of different markets and you guys could come up with different. Look, you're looking it up though, right? You can look it up. If you look up who are the top 10 manufacturers of soda, then you'll probably get a whole list and you'll probably go, oh yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, okay, you get the point of create, don't compete. In your life, you're looking to maximize your creation abilities. Does this make sense? Okay, your assignment for page 77. Write about times in your life when you have been creative and changed the game. So that you could perform better. Write about others you know who have used creativity instead of competition to succeed. Fair enough? Clear enough? Think about examples you've seen or maybe things you've done. Is this okay? I kind of got some blank looks. I'm not sure if that's okay or not. Is that okay, Brianna? You good with that? All right.